Good morning to you all. Nice drop of rain last night. That's one good thing. We've got the sun shining today. I hope everybody's okay. Staying well. Beginning of another week, eh? Middle of September already. But there we are. I think the A30 must be open again now. Um, Now, birthdays. A dear friend of mine who I went to school with actually, Rex Charleston. It was his birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to a yesterday boy. And I got Rachel Margetts is today. And another dear friend of mine is Wendy Swanson. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday to you both. I just hope you all have a fantastic day. And then tomorrow, no, it's not tomorrow. It's Wednesday. No, it could be tomorrow. Heather Bailey. It's her birthday. I believe it is tomorrow now. But I just hope you all have a lovely day. And of course, it was gone a bit fresher, but that don't matter. That don't matter. Now I'm going to do a Johnny Barber one here today. Johnny Barber. Johnson's Error is called. Old Johnson would sit in the office alone, reclining at ease by the side of the phone, when a job of importance that brooked no delay called his boss, the inspector, on duty away. Now, one sunny day, when according to rule old Johnson lay sleeping, his feet on a stool, the phone ringing caused such a terrible din that he nearly jumped out of his sensitive skin. Long Distance was calling from Devonport Yard. The voice on the wire was commanding and hard. As Johnson, all flustered, would fully astir, says Johnson of Launceston is now speaking, sir. Tim Tanner of Lanner emerged from the store and heard the discourse as he stood by the door, but not for a moment did either suspect that this message would lead to a charge of neglect. Two names, it appears, just a trifle alike, for one was called Pope and the other called Pike, got mixed in transmission, and putting it short, Mr. Pope became Pike in old Johnson's report. The inspector next morning this message read and rang Mr. Pike for the Pope one instead. When Pike retorted, "But this is absurd, for it wasn't my voice that your office boy heard." At length, when about to abandon all hope, he suddenly thought he would call Mr. Pope, and discovered, as I already inferred, that it was Mr. Pope old Johnson had heard. So the phone boy was called to account for the act of recording a statement contrary to fact. But Johnson replied with a great gusto and vim, "I'm sure it was Pike, and can prove it by Tim." Poor Tanner came in with his hat in his hand, prepared by the truth of immovable stand, and stated emphatically, "Say what you like, but I know that old Johnson was talking to Pike." And then the inspector arose from his seat and quoted much Latin, unfit to repeat, as he shouted at Tim with his eyes all afire, "Did you see Mr. Pike at the end of the wire?" The moral of this, if you're willing to learn, is never support what you cannot confirm. Now, this one's called Near Enough. We measured the length of the boundary line with a couple of pegs and a ball of twine. "Oh, that's near enough," says I. "Near enough won't do," says he. "It must be exact as exact can be." "Well, 'tis exact," says I. "You can come and see." "Oh, that's near enough," says he. The twins, two crooners, sat on a little seat as Peter and Paul walked down the street. "Did he ever see twins so much alike as Peter and Paul?" said Ned to Mike. "One as fat as the other and just as tall." "Oh, as you say," says Mike, "especially Paul." Anyhow, have a nice day. Keep smiling.